Whispers from the beyond. The town of Eldridge had always been shrouded in mist, nestled between a dense forest and a lake that shimmered like mercury under the pale moonlight. The residents spoke in hushed tones about the whispers that floated through the trees at night, but for 17-year-old Clara, they were nothing more than an old wives' tale. That was until her best friend, Mia, decided they should investigate the forest during a full moon. "Don't be such a scaredy cat, Clara. It'll be fun," Mia chirped, her dark curls bouncing with excitement. The two girls grabbed flashlights and trekked into the woods, surrounded by towering trees that seemed to close in on them. The moon bathed everything in ethereal silver as the branches swayed, casting eerie shadows that danced across the forest floor. Clara shivered, not only from the chill that clung to the night air but from an instinctual sense that something wasn't right. They reached a clearing after some time, which was oddly devoid of trees. A circle of stones was arranged in the center, worn smooth by time, and covered with strange markings that seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly light. Clara could feel the air thicken, the world around them vibrating with a low hum. "Mia, maybe we should turn back," Clara suggested, an unshakable dread creeping up her spine. "What's wrong? This is amazing," Mia replied, shining her flashlight on the stones. "You ever seen anything like this before?" "Never," Clara said quietly, peering closer. The symbols seemed to writhe under the beam of light, forming shapes that invaded her mind, twisting faces, clawed hands, and eyes consumed by darkness. Suddenly, a wind swept through the clearing, howling like a wounded animal, snatching their breath away. Mia laughed nervously. "Just a little gust, right?" But Clara's heart raced. "Maybe we should." Before she could finish, a voice emanated from the stones, a cacophony of whispers that intertwined, a manipulation of sound that made her feel dizzy. The air crackled as strange figures began to materialize among the trees, shadows that slipped between reality and something much darker, with features obscured but eyes that glowed with malevolent intent. They were formless, yet terrifying, whispering promises of knowledge beyond the grave. "Mia," Clara shouted, her voice cracking. "We need to go." But Mia was transfixed, her eyes glassy and unseeing. "Do you hear them?" she breathed. "They have something to tell us, something important." The shadows swarmed closer, their whispers intensifying, a maddening symphony that seeped into Clara's mind, whispering secrets that promised power, knowledge, a connection to the beyond. She felt her will wavering, her thoughts muddled as an unseen force tugged at her heart. "Mia," she screamed, grabbing her friend's shoulders and shaking her. "You have to listen to me. We need to leave, now." Mia blinked, and for a moment, Clara saw her as the girl who had been by her side through thick and thin, but then the shadows claimed her once more. "They want us to stay, Clara. They want us to know," she murmured, her voice eerily calm. Clara's heart dropped. "No, Mia, fight it." In that instant, the shadows lunged, seeping into the clearing with a vengeful rush, wrapping around Clara like icy tendrils. She clutched her head, feeling the whispers burrow deep within her, but she fought back with everything she had. With a scream that dug itself deep from her core, Clara reached for the talisman hanging around her neck, a simple silver pendant her grandmother had given her. "By the light of love," she cried, holding it above her head as it began to glow with a blinding brilliance. Within moments, the shadows recoiled, their cries transforming from whispers into shrieks as the light dissected their dark forms. "Mia, come on, please," Clara yelled, swimming against the tide of despair as she projected warmth from her heart. "You don't have to listen to them." Finally, with a violent jolt, Mia shook her head as if breaking free from a horrible dream. "Clara?" she gasped, fear flooding her eyes. "Run," Clara shouted, her voice hoarse as she sprinted towards the edge of the clearing, her friend racing close behind. The shadows lashed out in fury, screeching as they chased the girls, but with each step Clara took, she felt the talisman's energy pulsing, like a heartbeat of hope. They burst back into the safety of the trees, the oppressive atmosphere lifting. The whispers faded into the night, replaced by the distant croaking of frogs and the gentle rustle of leaves. They didn't stop running until they were at the edge of Eldridge, breathless and trembling. As dawn broke, the sun's warm rays dispelled the remnants of the night's chilling terror. "What just happened?" Mia stammered, her voice fragile. "I don't know," Clara replied, clutching the pendant tightly. "But whatever that was, it's still out there. From that day on, the girls kept their distance from the forest. The whispers were still there, lingering in the air on misty nights, but they knew now that some secrets were better left undiscovered, some entities better kept at bay.